You online see the screen? Awesome. Okay, so today is a fun presentation because she's really a member of the family. Today I have Jennifer Jepson. Come on up, Jennifer. And she's going to talk today about Jerky Gen 505 and her new company. I'm going to let her tell you all about it.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Jepson with Jerky Gen 505.
Jen, I'm going to move this up here. Right-hand corner and then, okay.
All right. The team consists of myself, the co-founder, Cassandra Trujillo, the co-founder, and Kathy Moreno in finance. Our story, how we began is I really like the idea of beef jerky, but I buy it at the store and it's really expensive and not all of it is edible. So I just felt like maybe I could do it better myself. So I decided to buy a dehydrator and go to the store and have them slice my meat. And I started experimenting with making beef jerky. I really struggled with the store to get my meat sliced the way I wanted it, how thin I wanted it. They just basically wanted to cut it however they wanted and send me on my way. So I ended up buying my own meat slicer so I could just do everything myself. As I made jerky and found good flavors, I started sharing with family and they really enjoyed my beef jerky. So they encouraged me to sell it. But I worked at a school, Albuquerque Sign Language Academy, and I decided to test the market with them. So I would walk around school every single day and give it to the staff members there and ask for feedback, and they tried my jerky, would give me feedback, they loved it. So I really felt confident that maybe I could have a beef jerky company. So I decided to start a business. I went and bought commercial size equipment, commercial size meat slicer, dehydrator, and then I was able to keep up with demand. Our company started with 5 flavors. And now we have 10. We are growing our customer base because everywhere I go, I talk about my beef jerky company. So I encourage people to try it. I also let people try it, and I've gotten a lot of customers that way. So I really depend a lot on word of mouth. So far, we have done vendor events, farmers markets, and outside sporting events. Originally, I decided I'm going to quit my job and do this jerky business. But then I noticed it was growing really fast and I got scared. So I immediately went and got 2 part-time jobs so that I could slow myself down. And I didn't want to find myself having a lot of orders that I couldn't fulfill, or, having to buy more equipment that I couldn't afford yet. So I decided to grow slower. Some challenges that we're facing right now is I didn't really realize that with winter, there aren't going to be as many outside events. So with me doing the sporting events, I really enjoy it. And I think that the jerky sells really fast. So that's the place I'm going to be at next season. But I think that we're going to be a lot slower in winter. So I'm thinking maybe we should make a website or an online store. But for now, you can find us at Fat Pipe Albuquerque. You could text me to order. You could email jerkygen505@gmail.com. And you can also email there if you'd like to give me feedback. And we are also on Instagram, jerkygen505. Here's the display at Fat Pipe. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so if anybody wants to give up and get feedback, we'll do the whole poll thing, and this is how you use the microphone. I'm gonna go ahead and just get started with a little bit.
Can you give us some of your challenges right now, things that you would like feedback on and how we can help you?
Well, I think it would be really helpful if you try my jerky and tell people about it. Because like I said, I do depend a lot on word of mouth.
Jen, I'm Brian Steiner. I own Momentum Custom Software. We can help with your website stuff. But rather than just pitching myself, I was wondering if you'd ever considered jerky as a service. And by that, I like to go hunting, and I have probably 100 pounds of elk meat in my freezer. And if I go and I get a deer this year, I'm either gonna have to buy a bigger freezer or figure something else out. And I wouldn't mind doing something like half up front, and then you jerky my deer or my elk, and then I give you the remaining money when it's done. And, you know, normally I don't really encourage people to go for like services rather than products because they don't scale as well, but it might help you get some cash with a really low risk, right? Providing that as a service to people.
Yes, so people have asked me that before, and yes, I am willing to make jerky with their meat. Obviously only for them, not to sell. Yeah. But yes, I am willing to do that.
Good morning. Great presentation. I'm JP from Amazing Life and Enchanted Lands Music. And I really enjoy seeing people doing these kinds of businesses because there's a lot of heart and passion that go into what you're making. And it's something that people can consume, and it has a short shelf life. So how long can the jerky stay before you have to recycle it?
I don't know exactly how long, but I have tried it a month later and it is still good.
Cool. So do you have your own kitchen, or do you use a commercial kitchen?
Well, you have to rent a kitchen. So if you're gonna start a jerky business, you have to have a rented kitchen.
Okay. So I also understand the challenges of working in a community kitchen. I used to work for an almond milk company that we would sell at the farmer's market. And it was the Food Street Institute. And there was a lot of lovely people, but it was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, because there's so many different people making the stuff. You have to get in there early, and you have limited space for storing your stuff, or you have to bring it with you. And so what are the challenges of doing that? And so how do you think, how are you going to manage that when you expand your business?
Well, unfortunately, you do have to pay for like each little square that you have your equipment in. So I would have to pay for more rental space if that was to happen.
Okay. And I guess lastly, do you do a sugar-free jerky? Because I buy the sugar-free jerky at the store, and there's only one. Like, there's not a lot of sugar-free jerky for those who don't do a lot of sugar. So,
Well, I don't think there's sugar in salt, and I do have salt jerky.
okay, cool.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Leechers with the Leechers Mama Restroom. Have you reached out to Windrock yet? We'll reach out to you, because I know they have like different vendors that they allow to, set up, and they're about to do their Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Jake Cullen, New Path Wellness. I was curious about your source where you get your beef, and you're buying it direct from somebody. The reason, what I'm thinking is, I have a friend whose brother-in-law raises beef up near Tucumcari, and it's all pasture fed, and finding people like that to buy from might be a great source if you've got the freezer space, and I know that might be an issue. But one of the other reasons I like that is that his cattle are all pasture fed rather than crammed into a tight quarters and grain fed and all that. So, and that's something that I have to be concerned about when I'm buying beef, is the quality of it. So I'm just a little curious about your source.
So right now I'm only getting my beef from Sam's Club. That's my only source.
Does it appeal to you to
Yes,
find other?
it is on my to-do list to look into getting meat in other places. But right now I know that it's a reputable place. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, I'm David from Rosetta Design Group. You mentioned that winter might be a potential challenge. My daughter's a volleyball player and we have indoor tournaments with, I don't know, probably thousands of people there. And at one of the ones at the Civic Center down here, there was a jerky place. I don't know if that's a market that you could get into, sell as a vendor at those kind of locations. So I don't know, think about indoor sports. I don't know if they have club basketball tournaments or something like that. I guess that's the school seasons, they wouldn't, but.
So I have approached schools and asked about selling jerky there and offering to share the profits. But they feel like I would take away from the snack bar. So they don't want to let me do that.
Yeah, I think it would be specific to places that allow other vendors. That probably is. I noticed that your packages are solid. And when I buy jerky in the gas station, usually on a road trip, I like to look at it. Is there a reason that they're solid?
Well, on Amazon, that was the best packaging that I saw. I kind of did look for see-through ones, but I didn't like what I was seeing, so this seemed like the best option, like to seal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm JJ with Johnson Brothers Tiny Farm. We're in a similar space to y'all. We do lotion at farmers markets now. I wanted to follow up with what Alitra said with the Winrock market. They're actually looking at potentially having a market in the old Gardenia's building over the winter. And Arlene is the market manager there. I'll send you her information so you can get in touch with her.
Cool, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, look at my hat off. No. Yeah, I've got a false tooth and I dropped it. I don't want to have a big gap in my smile. Okay. I asked her if she knew sign language, working at the Albuquerque Sign Language Academy, right? You know Rachel?
Yes.
I'm gonna meet with her soon.
Oh, cool.
I'm Dr. Norm with Dr. Norm's Connections, and I'm in the dementia defense business, but I'm not gonna talk to you about dementia.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask you a question about your challenges. If there was one thing you could do that would make a big difference in you getting all of your goals met, what would that one thing be that would just pop it?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. Ideally, you know, everybody would like to be rich, but I know that the idea isn't to be rich overnight, it's to be rich over time. So I'm really trying to be patient. So I'm not really sure.
So you don't want to be rich all of a sudden, but you would like to be rich over time. So how much time do you need to start to see that you're starting to move forward in getting that wealth that you want? Is it 6 months or a year or 5 years? Have you thought about that?
No, but I think that next season, like next softball season, I'm gonna be prepared for it because I was only there for about a month of it and I saw like how much income it could provide for me. So I'm really gonna be ready for it next year and be there at the beginning and do it the whole time. So I think that that's gonna be really big for me.
So are you getting ready for the softball season next season? And you're gonna be there to be able to take advantage of that? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so what is one thing you can do to get yourself ready so that when softball season shows up, boom, you're ready to roll and make it happen? What's that one thing you need to do if it's a challenge?
Well, I'm considering maybe I'll buy another dehydrator, maybe. But I'm gonna make the product ahead of time and just have totes already ready to go.
So you're gonna get another dehydrator.
Maybe.
So what's between you and getting that hydrator?
Well, I would want to be using it. And I'm kind of scared to grow fast. So if I buy it, I feel like I need to be using it and I need to be out there selling.
So you want to get the dehydrator so that you can move forward, but you don't want to go too fast. So what's between you and knowing what you need to do so that you can moderate that being too fast and still getting the hydrator so you can be successful at the next season?
I'm not sure. At some point, I think I'm just gonna have to do it. Right now, I'm kind of holding myself back from doing it. Because when I did decide to do it, I grew much faster than I anticipated. So I really want to I want to control it, basically.
Okay, I don't want to keep asking more and more questions, but if you want to go down this path with me later on, I'd be happy to help you expand on what's between you and getting what you want. I hear there's a fear of success.
Indeed.
I am Daniel. I'm a hairstylist and a graphic designer and branding expert. I just want to give you two suggestions. There seems like a lot of jerky companies, and I'm sure they're all very passionate about how they started and what they create and everything. I would suggest come up with some sort of tagline that just sort of puts a little more personality on your company, you know, maybe just a short 5-word line in quotes, you know, the jerky that something, something. That's one suggestion. And another one is for your packaging, there's a company called Uline, like the letter U and line. They have a gazillion packaging things. Check them out. I bet they even have like that pouch with a clear front or something.
Awesome, thank you.
Morning, I'm Franklin Wilson. I was listening to your presentation and I appreciate your low-key approach, but you're holding yourself back. So definitely on the packaging, people like to see the product. If there's other, and some people won't eat red meat, so if there's other products to jerky, I recommend trying those, testing those. The biggest limit, when an opportunity comes, or when my opportunity came, I started a business and almost immediately I got a huge contract. And I didn't have the staff or the material. And it was all service work. So I went out and I hired all my friends and put them to work. And we made crews, started off with 9 employees from 1 to 9 instantly. And then the success just kept coming. So if you put a wall up, you're going to limit yourself. And that's what Dr. Norm was pulling out of you was, what do you need? And I mean, you're here, so we know you want to grow and you're getting good ideas. So don't hold yourself back. Look at all those, and there's a lot of people that want to contribute. They want to do something. So you have that opportunity to lift up a bunch of people, provide a product. And if wealth is going to come your way, don't reschedule it. It's there. You just you let it flow in.
Thank you.
Jen, walk this way just a tad. Thank you.
Good presentation. I'm Michael Wald. I'm a retired lawyer and a business strategist now. I have 2 things. First of all, I think one of the reasons you had a difficult time answering some of the questions was, do you have a goal, like how much do you want to sell this year? I think that would be really important for you. You need to set a goal because if you have a goal, that would help you reach that goal and answer some of these questions that they're asking you. Okay, second thing is, I was curious, what are the regulations about selling food? Do you have to be approved by some government regulator?
Yeah, by the health department.
Okay. And if someone were to get sick or something, claim they got sick even, what do you do in that case?
I think that's what insurance is for, but I'm
You
not
have insurance?
too sure now.
You don't?
Not yet.
Okay, well, that's another thing to consider.
Yes, definitely.
Back to what we said. All right, how do you market yourself?
Mostly it's word of mouth. I did start an Instagram. That way I could like show people which events I'm working at. But that's about it.
And the next one is just to push you to the limit, okay? So I've been in business for 3 years. The first 2, I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you're gonna either have to be all in or out. So, cause when you grow, you have to be ready. And this year, when I put both my foot in, it is expanded. So I just want to give you that testimony, so.
Thank you.
I don't generally get up here and speak. Since this is baby sis, I thought I would. Not really a question, more of a testament. The beef jerky is so thinly sliced. It is like melt in your mouth. I promise you, this is the best jerky. And I have tried, I love beef jerky, but it all tastes like dry dog food. Not that I know what that tastes like, but we had to guess. And or that really wet, like, it's just not my cup of tea, but I promise you guys will love this.
It is delicious.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Testimonial, I bought some last week. I ate the whole bag for lunch. It was so good. Actually, I did save a piece for John and he liked it too, so. So I'll be buying some more because I like to have it in the drawer when you're hungry and don't have something for lunch. It's a good way to get a good healthy snack. Jen, we have 2 more questions. The first question is red or green?
Green.
And hey, maybe we could do you have green chili jerky yet?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's still up there, but I have a green chili ranch or a green chili lemon pepper.
The green chili ranch is like one of your most popular flavors,
Green
right?
chili ranch, that sounds good. All right. And what's the one thing that this community can do for you today?
Try my jerky.
All right, let's give Jen a round of applause.